Here's a horrifying number. Over 400 women have been charged with crimes related to their pregnancies, pregnancy losses, or even live births. This is from a new research report by Pregnancy Justice, which spanned only from June 2022 to June 2024. Beyond their research, I've identified at least 4 other cases where women were criminalized for their pregnancies. But tucked into these numbers are the very real stories of women who faced possible imprisonment for miscarrying, something that happens in about 10 to 20% of known pregnancies. One such woman was Brittany Watts, who made headlines last year after she potentially faced up to a year in prison for the purported crime of miscarrying into a toilet.
I go to the bathroom. I sit down on the toilet and I'm doubled over. And then that's when I hear splash.
Prosecutors unsuccessfully charged her with abuse of a corpse. Something to note here too, in roughly 2/3 of the cases Pregnancy Justice tracked, including Watts's, healthcare providers contributed information to police that eventually was used as evidence against the women. In other words, the nurses and doctors treating the women also took it upon themselves to report the women to police.
Little do I know, the nurse that was comforting me and saying that everything was going to be okay was the one who called the police.
The pregnancy-related prosecutions span 16 states, with most having taken place where Republican state legislatures or courts have given legal rights to eggs, embryos, and fetuses. It's a conservative movement known as fetal personhood. Approximately 90% of the charges accuse pregnant women of abuse, endangerment, or neglect. These accusations are propped up by the conservative idea that fetuses have the same rights as children who are born. But it's not just people who know that they're pregnant. There's at least one example of a woman who faced charges and she didn't even know she was pregnant. I recently reported on these details and the stories of other pregnant women who were prosecuted. And the takeaway? Not only will this contribute to pregnant women being afraid to seek medical help, it's a terrifying preview into what a future of criminalizing reproductive health care could look like.